I used to recite this verse whenever I would go in front of the deity of Lord Singha in those days. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya Namastejas Tejase Avir Bhava Vajranaka Vajradamshta Karmashayan Randaya Tamo Grasa Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Atmani Bhuyishta Om Shram. Even many years back in Govardhan Nico village, when I think in the beginning only, when the temple construction was supposed to begin, the place where a temple is now, there was a yajna performed. Lakshmi Narasimha Sahasra Kavacha Yajna, something like that. They also had one mantra, somewhat similar to this, that all of us sat and recited for 1000 times. So it's like that. That also was praying for
There is one
fearlessness.
72 shloka mantra, that is the one which you are saying, right?
No. That there was only one shloka like this only that was conducted by. Previously, he was a pujari taking care of the Balaji deity in Pune temple. So he was called to and then he performed that yajna where temple is now. Later on, the same yajna is performed at many places. So that is one like this only, same somewhat similar size. We chanted for 1000 times. It went on for 2-3 hours yajna. So it's a nice prayer unto Lord Narasimha for our spiritual protection. We always get the notifications now. So and so person is getting operated, admitted in ICU. Please pray for him. So that time we can pray this. If we remember this, we should pray this. It will be nice prayer. So now Prahlada Maharaj offers prayers. Just like Prahlada Maharaj prayers in the 7th canto are very big and very profound and philosophical. Here also his prayers will be like big and philosophical only. Swastastu Vishwasya Kala Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mitodiya Manascha Bhadram Bhajatada Dokshate Aveshatam no Matirapyahituki.
Let there be auspiciousness for the universe. May the wicked be pleased. May the wicked be pleased, not angry. May all beings together meditate by their intelligence on cooperation. May the mind become free of attachment. May our minds, without motivation, be absorbed in the Supreme Law.
So it's like that. Swastastu Vishwasya Kalaha Prasidatam. Let there be auspiciousness for the entire universe. That means for everyone in the universe. See, this is the mentality of Prahlada Maharaj. May the wicked be pleased, not become angry. May the wicked demons be pleased in their heart. They should not become angry that why they have this one, why they have this one, why I don't have this one. Not like that. May all beings together meditate by their intelligence on cooperation. May everyone in the entire universe with cooperation meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. May the mind become free of attachments. May our minds, without motivation, be absorbed in the Supreme Lord. This prayer is something like that. Whenever there is a yoga session, they say, na, forget all your desires. Be peaceful. Think that only you are there, no one else around you. You are sitting on the rock in the midst of Ganga, on top of the Himalayas. So like that. So this is like a this is their regression. They what do you call that? When somebody want to understand what is happening in their previous life.
Hypnotic regression.
Hypnotic regression. There also they say like that you forget everything, that you are alone. We are going into the time. So like that. Somewhat similar. Chanting the mantra, he prays with this verse. In praying for auspiciousness of the entire universe, there should be auspiciousness even for the sinful people. The affliction of the devotee should be absent. Thus, he prays that the demons become devoid of anger. the devotees are getting disturbed by demons, and he says that let the demons be pleased with what they have, and they should not become angry upon the devotees, something like that. Even if the devotees are not afflicted, there can still be mutual animosity between the other beings. With that, there can be no auspiciousness. Therefore, he says, may all beings meditate on auspiciousness. Auspiciousness cannot exist with attachment to material enjoyment. Here, one point you see, if at all we want to be auspicious, we should not have attachment to material things. As long as there is attachment to material things, there will be no auspiciousness. This is the default understanding of Shastra. Therefore, he prays that the mind partake of auspiciousness. The mind may not be attracted to the material objects. Then one can become auspicious. That is the overall understanding. Bhadram here means without attachment. Without bhakti, auspiciousness is inauspicious. So it's like that. So then Prahlada continues in a way. May our nishkama minds, the selfless minds, be absorbed in Lord Krishna. Since no words like today or right now are mentioned in this prayer, the Lord will fulfill his desires over a period of time. One should not say, however, that all the jivas will be liberated eventually, and then the universe will be empty. Since the Jiva Shakti and Maya Shakti are eternal, the Jiva Shakti will manifest countless other jivas for the material world. Even according to Prahlada Maharaj desire, many are liberated, still many conditions would manifest in the entire universe. So
Why?
So Prahlad Maharaj was, he told Lord Vishnu told, please let us go to spiritual world. Prahlad said that no, I want everyone to be liberated. So from Shastra understanding is that even if I liberate whoever is around, but immediately the entire universe will be filled with new set of conditioned souls.
Why project?
Because
Why?
when somebody is going back, somebody wants to come here also. So it is there. Because of the request of somebody, if Lord liberates them, unless until we ourselves want to go back to Godhead and we don't want to come back, we will not come back. If somebody takes us, again we run back only. Something like that we can understand. Are you getting?
So those who want to come back, they will come back.
Anyway they'll come back, even though we take them by force. So it's like that. Oh, my dear Prahlad, if you send them by force, they will come back anyway. Even if you send them everyone with proper transformation of their heart, but still there are another set of living entities who want to come to material world, by which the entire material world will be full. No time you can see the material world vacant, like that indicating. Magaradharatmajavitta bandhushu sango yadisthyad bhavat Bhagavat Priyeshu na ya prana vritya paritushta atmavan siddhyat aduran tatendriya priya.
Prabhuji,
Ah,
in the previous statement, since the Jiva Shakti and the Maya Shakti are eternal, so Jiva Shakti is eternal and Maya Shakti is also eternal.
Maya Shakti is eternal, but Maya's manifestations are temporary.
Yes.
Maya Shakti means Prakriti. Prakriti is also eternal. Whether she may be creating or she may be taking rest, but she is always eternal. She is always there.
Yeah. So similarly, if you understand with respect to the Jiva Shakti, Jiva Shakti can also be classified into Nitya and Baddha. So at any point of time, Baddha jivas becoming nullified is not possible.
No, only during the pralaya they may enter into the body of Mahavishnu, but in the next occasion again they'll come down.
So there won't be a point where the
See, the understanding is like that. Even though Prahlada Maharaj wanted to deliver everyone in this world, Lord says, no problem. I can deliver the current lot of people, but new lot will come immediately.
Yes.
You can't deliver the material world eternally. So that like that. Always somebody wants to come here. You cannot make it empty always. So that is understanding.
So we should understand the statement in a way that the tendency of a jiva to enjoy the material world will be there. So that is why this world will be there.
That's what
But
I'm
it
trying to
doesn't
say.
mean
If we deliver someone by force, unless until they want to go back, there is always the tendency to come here is there. And unless until one wants to go back to God and does not want to come back, the material world cannot become empty. So like that.
okay.
It is not the desire of one devotee. It should be the desire of individual. Then, with the combination of the prayer of a devotee and one individual's desire and effort, one will go back to God and one does not come back again. It will be both way. So like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Read the translation.
If we have attachment for the devotees of the Lord, let attachment to house, wife, children, or wealth not take place. Fully determined, he who is satisfied with living by begged food reaches perfection. One who satisfies his senses reaches perfection slowly.
Here, who can go quickly, who can go slowly. That is indicated. For a person attached to the Lord, association with devotees is favorable and bad association is an obstacle. However, by the strength of good association, bad association will on its own disappear. Basically, bad association will disappear by good association in due course of time. It's like that, it is indicated. If we have association of devotees, attachment to house, wife, children, and wealth on the bodily platform should not arise. This means that gradually attachment to these things will be destroyed. Attachment to all these things from the bodily platform, from the point of enjoyment, they will be destroyed. Without house and wealth, without enjoyment, the body will suffer. How can one survive? Like that one may question. अरे ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? वेल्थ नहीं तो महीने का मेंटेनेंस कैसे होगा? Like that one may question. One is satisfied with filling the stomach by some begged food, prana vritya, because he is fully determined. One who satisfies senses reaches perfection slowly. So here, Dhruva Maharaj, not Dhruva, Prahlada Maharaj gives a hard this thing. If one is determined to go back to Godhead, he will find out ways to maintain himself. He does not have to earn so much money. But one who wants comfortable life here and eventually go to Godhead, they will take long time. So like that. They reach perfection slowly. Or if one has association with devotees, one should not have attachment to the house and wife, because if both types of association coexist, one cannot attain the Lord quickly. One who is controlled, satisfied with begged food, reaches perfection quickly. So day before yesterday, we were discussing in Chandigarh temple Bhagavatam class. The subject matter was about Lord Rishabdev. We also discussed recently, na? Lord Rishabdev pastimes. That verse from 5th chapter.
I was hearing from the internet project little bit.
Oh, वो भी चल रहा था?
You gave in Hindi ना?
हाँ, हिंदी.
मैंने थोड़ा सुना प्रभु जी.
कहीं लिंक कौन भेजा आपको?
लिंक नहीं, वो मैं मतलब फॉर्चुनेटली मैं जस्ट यूट्यूब खोला वहां पे, तो इसकॉन चंडीगढ़ का लाइव पावनेश्वर प्रभु दिखा रहे थे, तो वो खोला तो मैं हिंदी का सुन रहा था.
कृष्ण किधर भी जाए छोड़ेंगे नहीं आपको.
जी आपका अभी हमको वीडियो भी देखना है.
So
अब वो एक टोपी वगैरह पहन के थे, शायद वहाँ पे सर्दी था ना.
हाँ, Yes.
Yes, 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 Prabhu.
So, what was that? So I was telling them that, see, we discussed also in our classes. Rishabhdev displayed a kind of Jada Yoga that is meant for the Jnanis and Yogis who were there during the time of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Dwapara Yuga. This kind of process is not meant for Kalyuga people. Kalyuga people should hear about him and should hear about his Bhagavata teachings and Bhagavad Dharma teachings and then follow. That's why we also said that he is not supposed to be worshipped in our temples. We don't worship him. So the understanding is that in the previous 3 yugas, the time is so long. If at all one want to practice jnana, rashtanga or any other thing, they need to practice for a long time. वो पता नहीं इतना लॉन्ग टाइम करते करते बोर होके कोई भी they might divert also. So Lord Rishabhdeva showed a process following which with short time, huge austerities and quickly going back to Godhead. Quick liberation. So it's like that. Same way here it is telling that. So somebody may say, why are you saying like this? क्या बोल रहे हैं आप? घर पे घर के प्रति आकर्षण फैमिली मेंबर्स के प्रति आकर्षण नहीं रहना चाहिए और खाना भी नहीं खाने चाहिए. सो इस telling that अभी वो सब करना है तो टाइम लगेगा वापस जाने के लिए. जल्दी वापस जाना है तो सबसे छुटकारा लेना पड़ेगा. So something like that. That with that understanding, our acharyas always talk about the importance of going back to Godhead, urgency of going back to Godhead. The same mood of Sukadeva Goswami also exhibits in the explains in the second canto, second chapter, first 4-5 verses में बताते हैं. याद है क्या? Chiranikam Parisanti. Why do you want clothes? Are the torn clothes are not lying on the roadside? Why do you want home? Are the mountain caves are not there? Why do you want pillow? Is your arm is not there? Why do you want soft bedding? If the earth is not plain enough to take rest. So like that, so many things he says. Matlab, his lifestyle is like that. Taking himself as a reference, he speaks like that. So that is the mood of the acharyas. जल्दी निकलो यहाँ से अभी क्या कितना दिन इधर टाइम पास करेंगे. So something like that.
So we hear these two things, no? Like voluntary austerities and organically growing in bhakti. So which one to practice has to be decided by one's own self?
No, one cannot take prematurely. One able to handle, one should take up like that. One prematurely takes up na. That's all. One gives up the bhakti all together also. It goes to the extent.
वो लेने के बाद ही पता चलता है ना प्रभु. एक लीप लेने के बाद ही पता चलता है कि तो too much है या compatible है.
One has to examine oneself. I mean, we cannot tell about others because we can understand ourselves better. But one thing is clear. If we practice bhakti with all the comfortable lifestyle and all, we take a lot of time. That is, there is no way out for that. That is true. I mean, that is not a rocket science to understand. And one takes up bhakti with complete detachment, not interested in the material enjoyment and all. Such kind of people attain quickly. That is sure. I mean, we can also the logical understanding.
Yes, sir.
जल्दी जाना आराम से जाना हमारे हाथ में है. Or let us not have attachment to house and wife. If there is association with the devotees, even when association is absent, by perfection of bhakti, knowledge produced by bad association becomes powerless. If we have taken association of devotees seriously and if we have become determined, even bad association comes to our path, we are not influenced by that. Like that, it is said. Then let us give up bad association. Let us pray only for good association. True. Association with devotees devoid of bad association quickly brings results. Satam prasangat mamaveere samvido bravanti rutkarna rasayana kata jajjoshuna dashu apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhakti anukramishate. When we associate with pure devotees, when they speak, the Lord's pastimes are not only simply Krishna Katha, but it is actually pastimes are revealed in front of one's eyes. So then everything is a realization. Nothing is a theoretical understanding. then one can easily quickly attain Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. It's like that. That is understanding. One who is satisfied with begged food and who has attained devotee association reaches perfection quickly. That's why the sages are Naimisharana say that Tulayama Lavenapi Na Swargam Na Punarbhavam Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya Martyanam Kim Utashisha. Let us not compare even a particular association of great devotees to Swarga or liberation. Then what to speak of any other blessings in this world? So it's like that. The association of the pure devotees is very rare. Durlabham Manusho Janma Tadapi Adruva Martadam Tatrapi Durlabham Manne Vaikunta Pre Darshanam. No, Durlabham Manusho Janma Dehinam Kshanabhanguram Tatrapi Durlabham Manne Vaikunta Pre Darshanam. Getting human birth is rare, but more rare than that is getting the association of a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. So like that. Only by their association, only by their mercy, one can attain entry into spiritual world quickly. It is like that. So as I mentioned, these prayers are little heavy. They are like condensed version of all the prayers. So in that way. Yes Sangalabdam Nijavirya Vaibhavam Tirtam Muhusam Prushatam Himanasam Haratyajonanta Shrutibirgato Gajam Kovaina Seveta Mukunda Vikramam. Please read.
Krishna, entering into the heart through the ears, removes the desires in the mind of those persons who constantly sip the holy water in the form of the Lord's pastimes, attained by devotee association, who would not hear the pastimes of Mukunda.
Yeah. Krishna entering into the heart through the ears. What was that verse? Second canto 8th chapter. Pravishta Karnarandrena Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dunoti Samalam Krishna Salilasya Yatasharat. When we hear Krishna Katha more and more with eagerness, with attachment, with attention, the Supreme Lord enters through the sound vibration, through our hearts, through our ears into the heart. That is indicated here. Krishna entering into the heart through the ears removes the desires in the mind of those persons who constantly sip the holy water in the form of the Lord's pastimes, attained by devotees association. Who would not hear the pastimes of Mukunda? One who understands that by hearing Krishna Katha, Lord will enter my heart and cleanse my heart. Then who will know? Which intelligent person will not desire to hear Krishna Katha? Like that, Prahlada Maharaj is saying. This is a glorification of devotees association, power of Lord's pastimes, like lifting Govardhan, attained by association with the devotees, is a holy place which purifies even Sattvaguna. It's like that. Lord Krishna removed the impressions of desire related to the mind of men, sipping through the ear the holy waters of the Lord's pastimes, heard from the pure devotees when they speak. A second meaning is Lord Krishna attracts the mind. How? He enters through the ears. Who would not hear the pastimes of Lord Mukunda, such as lifting Govardhan? His pastimes are outstanding because without devotee association, they are rarely understood. When we hear from pure devotee, we understand the pastimes and we become attracted to the Supreme Lord. That is understanding. What was the Atma Rama verse?
Atma Ramaschamunyo Nirdantha Purukame Puruntu
Haituki Guruvante Haitukim
Tim Itam Bhuta Guno Hari.
Atma Ramascha Munaya Nirganta Purukame. Even the Atma Ramas who are beyond the rules and regulations of all the Vedas, still they perform Mahetuki Bhakti. Why? Ittam Bhuta Guno Hari. When they hear Bhagavatam, the qualities of the Lord are so attractive. They give up Brahmananda and they practice Ananya Bhakti. So like that. That is the glory of Lord's wonderful qualities. So the glory of the qualities is mentioned in the next verse. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana Sarvai gunaistatra samasate suraha. Harao abhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Manoretena sati davato bahi. Here Prahlad Maharaj said, this is the famous verse. Prabhupada always quote this verse. The Devatas constantly dwell with all good qualities in that person who has pure bhakti for the Lord. That means Devatas means pure goodness. Devatas are always situated in the mode of goodness. The Devatas dwell means whatever qualities, whatever good qualities, the desire to serve the Lord selflessly are there in the Devatas, all such manifest in the heart of a pure devotee. The Devatas constantly dwell with all good qualities in that person who has pure bhakti for the Lord. There are no good qualities in the non-devotee who chases after temporary material objects with a desire for material pleasures. So like that. The simple comparison between the devotees and non-devotees. This verse praises the devotee who attains his position by bhakti attained through association of pure devotees, mentioned in the previous verse with who would not hear the pastimes of Mukunda. By hearing Lord pastimes of Mukunda, first of all, the godly qualities will manifest. And then eventually, everything will manifest. Where there is Nishkama Bhakti to the Lord, the Devatas live in that place completely with all good qualities like Dharma, Jnana, and Vairagya, etc. So, in that way. Wherever a devotee taking seriously Bhakti, all the other devotees surround him, which includes all the Devatas also. It is like that. That's why when Bhishma Deva is about to pass, when Prahlada, when the Parikshit Maharaj is about to pass, all the great sages, even some of the Devatas are also assembled in that great assembly. Because always these personalities want to take the association of great devotees where there is a chance of Krishna Katha. So like that. He becomes filled with all the Devatas. This means that by service to the Lord, all the Devatas are served. What was that verse? Yata tarormula nisheshanena trupyanti taskanda bhujopashaka pranopaharacha tatendriyanam sarvarhanam achyuteja. By serving Lord Achyuta, the worship of all the Devatas is taken care. And they are always there to bless whatever the devotee wants in that way. Or the presiding deities of the senses such as Rudra reside there with all good qualities and no bad qualities. All the 24 elements within our body along with their deities, they are there peacefully. They does not agitate a devotee. They are in their happy, satisfied condition. That is also another understanding. All the devatas residing along with the person means. Otherwise, under the supervision of all these elemental devatas, our senses are always desiring, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But when one takes to bhakti, the sense devatas becomes peaceful. And the senses does not become agitated and demand so many material things. So that is understanding. But this is not the case with non-devotees. The non-devotee senses always demanding, I want this, I want this, I want this. They become unchaste. Their loyalty to Supreme Lord does not continue for a long time. That's why they are called asati. Thus the bad qualities of pride arising from ahankara do not arise. How can the qualities without fault, the great qualities arising from bhakti, reside with the non-devotees? Will not be. If good qualities such as knowledge of scriptures are present in a non-devotee, they coexist with bad qualities like envy and hatred. Such a person chases material pleasure or what is non-existent with the desire for happiness gained through position, etc., etc. They want fame, name, position because they have material qualities. They have material desires. They also have some spiritual qualities. So they want to use these spiritual qualities in order to gain name and fame in this material world. So that like that. Or the presiding deities of the senses in the material world live with bad qualities in material people. Since the devatas must deal with the samsara. 1 second. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji.
So, the present deities of the senses in the material world live with the bad qualities in the material people. Since the devatas also must deal with samsara because they are in charge, they are everywhere. But they do not dwell constantly with the jnanis absorbed in contemplating oneness of the Atma. The devatas stay both with the non-devotees and devotees, but not with the jnanis. So like that it is mentioned. Because jnanis does not want, they want to be indifferent of all these elements. So in that way. They tremble in fear thinking, we will die today or tomorrow in the company of these ungrateful people who want to destroy us after getting knowledge from us. Because the jnanis use the same senses to get knowledge. After getting knowledge, they say that I am not this, neti, 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 neti. So something like that. The elemental devatas dwell constantly in the devotee who distribute spiritual knowledge, relishing the sweetness of the Lord with all good qualities. The devotees distribute bhakti to one and all, so that the elemental devatas also become happy to go to one and all. Everywhere, wherever devotees are, where the people are becoming devotees, they will dwell there. We are like crude iron, being material but becoming spiritual. By contact with Krishna, we become followers of Lord Krishna. The elemental devatas are telling that we are like crude iron. When we come in touch with iron, we become good shaped objects. Same way when we come in the touch of their devotees, we become blissful because we can serve more and more by being constantly with them. It's like that. How the people get benefited by the elements? Having attained knowledge of the Lord's form and qualities, they continually relish the sweetness of the Lord. With that devotee association, we can cross over death at least. So when a devotee uses the senses along with the sense devatas to become a devotee, when the devotee is going back to Godhead, he will express his gratitude to the devatas. All these devatas helped me while I am practicing bhakti. They should also be delivered. Something like that. And they are saying, just like when Dhruva Maharaj was going back to Godhead, he remembered his mother who helped him in childhood. Same way the devatas say that, yeah, because this devotee, if this devotee remembers us when he is going back to Godhead, for whatever help we have done to him, we also have a hope of liberation. This is what they conclude with bliss and astonishment. The rest of the verse would be explained as before. So this is the understanding. This is the mindset, what is happening within the minds of the elements of the devatas is being indicated. It's like that. You could follow?
Yes, friend.
Hareri Sakshat Bhagavan Shareerinam Atma Jashanam Ivatoyamipsitam Hitva Mahamtam Yadi Sajjate Grihe Tada Mahatvam Vayasa Dampatinam. Says again, negatively is talking. The Lord is the soul of all embodied beings, just as water is the life of fish. If a person gives up the Lord and becomes attached to his wife, his only greatness is the time when youthfulness manifests in a husband and wife. If one gives up the Lord and becomes attached to worldly activities, one is glorified only during the youth. When a person becomes old, he will be criticized by everyone. No one glorifies him. Like that Prahlada Maharaj says. Does one see anything greatness in a person in household life who has spiritual knowledge, good family but devoid of bhakti? Yes, but they are the object of laughter. The reason is, in the previous verse it said that only devotees have all the good qualities and non-devotees have bad qualities. Do you mean that no good qualities exist in the people in general? Yes, there may be some good qualities. The people may praise only as long as the youth is there. When a person becomes old, no one is glorified in this material world if they do not have bhakti. So like that. A fish looking for pleasure gives up water and wanders on the bank. He ends up half dead. Similarly, the person who rejects the Lord wanders around in this world and is half dead, like the fish. He is not great. If he is known as a great in this world, it is the greatness of youth seen in a young couple. The attraction between the youthful couple is not there in an elderly couple or in two babies. Because of youth, the two persons worship each other with cloth and ornaments. This is not for the old people. The youthful, during the youth, the wife may glorify husband, the husband may glorify wife. But now this is not happen. This does not happen in the old age or when they are small kids. So that is understanding. One is not looked up to in other timings if one is not a devotee. From the absolute point of view, what Prahlada Maharaj says. So like that, he indicates. Basically, telling that without bhakti, there is no value in this material world. Like that is saying. Therefore, tasmad rajo raga vishada manyo manas pruha bayadinyadi moolam hitva graham samshruti chakravalam nisimmapadam bhajata kutobayam yati. Therefore, give up household life, the root cause of the cycle of birth and death. Give up thirst, attachment, lamentation, anger, desire, fear, and poverty, and worship the feet of Lord Narasimha, the abode of no fear. Akutobayam. Rajas means thirst. Raga means absorption. Samsara is a circle and resides in the house. This is an instruction to the demons. Basically, Prahlada Maharaj giving this instruction to his demon fellowships. So, like that, Prahlada Maharaj taking the leverage speaks very strongly. What is important, what is not important, what one should do, what one should not do, what should be the purpose of life, what should not be the purpose of life. So, like such kind of many things, he is indicating through all these prayers. Any questions?
No problem.
No?
Give up thirst means, Prabhuji, this is thirst means the bodily thirst.
Sorry, thirst means bodily thirst. It is not only bodily thirst, thirst to our material objects. Raga. Rajo, Raga, Vishada, Manyu. Manyu is anger, Vishada is lamentation, Raga is attachment, Rajo is thirst. Rajo means Rajoguna, the passion. Passion for things of this world. So in that way. Not water thirst, thirst of objects. So that is understanding. So the prayers of Prahlada Maharaj are done. From the next verse onwards, the new set of prayers will begin. The prayers to the deity of Ketumala, Kamadeva or Pradyumna, offered by Mother Lakshmi. Mother Lakshmi offers prayers unto our worshipable Lord. That will continue later. So, what is your schedule? You would like to come once again after the prasadam or later on will do?
Anything possible. 7 Gora is there.
Huh?
If you want to continue, we can continue after prasadam project.
If you are comfortable, we'll continue. I am free today. Tomorrow onwards, I am not sure in that way.
Yes,
then we will continue.
We will continue project.
So now take a break till 6 o'clock. We'll meet again at 6 o'clock.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes,
project.
Okay. Thank you for joining. We will meet at 6 o'clock. Hare Krishna, Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai. When you are ready, give me a call.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.